coming? Correspondence. Letters to patients. She could have caught something from one of them.
Copy it to a thumb drive. Let's get out of here.
Travel. Do you know if she's been out of the country recently? It's just video clips. Maybe she narrates where they are.
And action.
Looks like she didn't travel very far.
You look beautiful.
You look nervous.
I've never done this before.
I have. Trust me. You'll love it.
Hey.
Not even close to relevant.
As long as we don't know what's wrong, we don't know what's relevant.
Yeah. Maybe they're having sex on a pile of asbestos. Go watch it.
If we were in a stranger's house, you'd be watching the video. You altered your behavior because you're friends with her.
Are you okay?
We shouldn't be treating her at all.
I'm gonna search her bathroom.
What?
Coronary angio was negative.
So's the tox screen.
That's what you found? Negative tests? I could have told you she doesn't do drugs.
Found these in her apartment. Sorry. Prescription diet pills, SSRIs, amphetamines.
Diet pills cause structural damage to the mitral valve, could explain the tachycardia.
She'd have to be an addict to take enough for it to damage her heart. I'd know.
Did you know she was hiding them in her vitamins?
We have to warm her back up, get her heart beating so we can do a CT to confirm.
No, we've been over this. Starting her heart could cause brain damage, could burn out the heart muscle.
Test her heart without starting it. Crack her chest open, reach a finger inside the pulmonary vein, run it across the valve.
That's the safer course.
It is if we're wrong.
When did we start assuming we're wrong? If this were any other patient.
The valve is calcified. That's our answer. That's our cure. Go. "13. Who found the diet pills?
Cutner.
You didn't even go in the bathroom, did you? You're suddenly mute in the differentials. A blow-up doll would be more useful. And yes, that's the first time I've ever implied something negative about a blow-up doll.
It's Amber.
Normally, I'd be fascinated. Today, don't care. Get over whatever it is and do your job.
What did House have to say?
He told me I was raised by wolves, and that's why I used the same hand for my fork and knife.
Oh, not that one. The slurry tube. I know this is different, but it's not. Everyone dies.
She's not dead.
You're reacting this way because she might be soon.
Yeah, I am. Why aren't you?
I'm an Indian guy named Cutner. Ever wonder what happened to my parents?
I'm sorry,
I was 6 years old. I used to like helping out in my parents' store after school. Guy walks in to rob the place, ends up shooting them both. Wasn't fair. Took years, but I had to accept that's just the way it was. Is he gonna help me fill her lungs up or not?
Looks like an influenza rash.
The flu wouldn't be killing her organs one by one.
Dermatomyositis.
And speed up her heart.
Maybe it's an allergic reaction to the interferon.
Yes, the symptom that I saw on the bus was a rare interferon allergy that flares up 2 days before you take it.
How did you see the rash down there?
I don't know. Maybe she leaned over.
Maybe it's not a rash at all. Could be an abscess.
13, stick a needle in there. There's pus, form is right.
Ultrasound is safer.
I'm not asking you to stick a needle all the way through her. Towel, you do it.
No, wait, I can do it.
No, apparently you can't. Sorry. Wide stance.
You're right. I'm screwing up.
Why are you screwing up?
I didn't even like her.
Did you hate her?
Not enough to want her dead.
It's not guilt. That just leaves fear. A young woman dying. A young doctor dying, in fact. Does that sound familiar?
Yeah. I am at risk for Huntington's. I've dealt with it.
By not getting tested. Dealing with it by not dealing with it. It's clearly working beautifully.
You are the champion of not dealing with your problems.
My grandson gave me a mug that says that. Okay, enough hand-holding. Deal with it, get back in there, or pack up your stuff.
You're screwing up this case worse than I am. We should say goodbye.
She didn't even like us.
We liked her.
Did we?
We do now.
What do we say?
We don't need to say anything.
This my excavation to days cool on. Autumn blew the quilt right off the perfect bed she made, and she's chosen to believe in the hymns her mother sings. Sunday pulls his children from their piles of fallen leaves. There are sailing ships that pass all our bodies in the grass. Springtime calls her children till she lets them go at last, and she's chosen where to be, though she's lost her wedding ring. Somewhere near her misplaced jar of bougainvillea seeds, there are things we can't recall, blind as night that finds us all. Winter tugs her children in her fragile china dolls, but she'll mend his tattered clothes, and they'll kiss as if they know. A baby sleeps in all our bones, so scared to be alone.
I only nodded off for a second. I lost control of the load. I'm so sorry.
Don't worry, we're gonna get you out of here.
Sorry.
He's secure. Ready? 3, 2, 1.
Crane operator. Made it through amazingly well.
Lucid and responsive. Stable fracture, right humerus. Haven't gotten to his lower half yet.
Tell me when something hurts.
Fell asleep. Killed all those people.
Something other than your conscience. Is that a pill in your pocket, or are you just happy to have a tiny pill-shaped penis? It's caffeine pills. You fell asleep taking these?
I drank 2 cups of coffee, too.
Is that normal for you?
No, I hate coffee. I'm working on no sleep. My daughter has the flu.
This much caffeine for a coffee virgin. There's no way he fell asleep. He passed out. Which means a neurological disorder caused the crash, not fatigue.
Help me.
What's your name?
Please. My husband's gift. I was supposed to pick it up at the Framers. It's on Elm.
Well, you should have told me earlier. I could have picked it up on the way. What's your name?
It's a picture from our Totola trip for his birthday.
I'm not asking your name because I want to become friends. I'm trying to gauge your mental state.
Hannah.
Okay, that's a start. What day of the week is it?
Tuesday.
Better still.
What happened?
You know that giant construction crane next door is kind of on top of you right now. Okay, I'm gonna try to pull you out.
Ow! My leg! Oh! Oh! Oh!
Okay. I'm gonna need to get help.
No, stay. Someone else will come.
No one knows I'm down here.
Please, stay with me. Don't leave me in the dark.
I'll be right back.
No, don't leave me in the dark! Please stay!
So the way things fell, this support beam's now holding up a giant pile of rubble. We can't lift it without jeopardizing everyone down here. So it's time to discuss amputation.
No. Please listen to me. You've been down here almost 2 hours. By the time they clear away the rubble...
We're not cutting off her leg. You don't have to rush through this to make his job easier.
You kidding me?
We leave the leg pinned, we're risking crush syndrome. What's that? Your leg isn't getting enough circulation. The longer it's pinned, the more the muscle dies.
So what does that mean, like a limp?
Dying muscles release poisons. We free your leg, the poisons rush back into your system. It could stop your heart.
So could cheeseburgers. Just get your lazy friends to start moving that pile. She's got 2 more hours before crush syndrome could possibly set in.
We're digging up there by hand. I can't guarantee I can get 10 tons of debris pulled off in 2 hours.
Well, you need to try. It's my leg.
Look, it's not just crush syndrome you gotta worry about, okay? There's gas leaks, there's fire. We can never rule out secondary collapses, no matter how much we shore this thing up.
You think chopping off someone's limb inside a pile of dirty rocks is safe? Sepsis, fat embolism, hemorrhage?
Those risks are nothing compared to the risk of this thing coming down again.
Captain, he's a jerk. That's what the patient wants. Can we please just give it a couple more hours?
You think we could be friends when I get out of here?
Yeah. We'll catch a ball game or a group sex show or something.
Put the crewman in there.
Okay, when the beam starts lifting, you're gonna feel pain. It's gonna be like your foot's gone to sleep times a billion. You'll notice that I'm waiting till now to tell you.
Not ready. Lifting.
I'm feeling the pain already.
That's good. The pressure's coming off. Closer to getting out of here. Come on. Pull her on. Come on.
It's moving.
Mayday, mayday, mayday! We had a secondary collapse. We're all right. How are you guys?
Rescue 1, copy the mayday. Main tunnel is fine. Rig team's on the way.
Lift this up.
1, 2, 3. Kit, give me the kit.
All right.
No breath sounds on the left side. Tension in the thorax. Hey, Hannah. One of your lungs has collapsed. I'm gonna have to reinflate it, okay?
Because of the collapse, you can't try the airbag again until we get everything off the top. Be 5, 6 hours at least.
Then we have to amputate.
No.
It's been 4 hours already. It used to be a long shot, now it's crazy.
Crush syndrome is basically buildup of potassium. If we remove potassium...
We're already treating with sodium bicarbonate.
Not with glucose and insulin. Glucose in the kid, there's gotta be a diabetic here somewhere.
You want to dose the insulin here in a non-hospital setting? That is insane. It's not worth it.
Really? Because I think I'm the only one here who knows what a leg is worth. Unfortunately, you're not the one who's in charge. He is. And he knows that I testify against him if Hannah sues for cutting off a leg without exhausting every option.
Dr. House, tell her.
Hannah, we have to amputate your leg.
No, you said that there was time.
There was, and it's run out.
No.
You asked me how I'd hurt my leg. I had a blood clot, and the muscle was dying. And I had all these doctors telling me I should amputate, and I said no. And they did this very risky operation. I almost died.
But you saved your leg.
I wish I hadn't. They cut out a chunk of muscle about the size of my fist. They left me with this mutilated, useless thing. And I'm in pain every day. And it changed me. Made me a harder person. A worse person. And now I'm alone. You don't want to be like me. What?
He's fallen into a coma. LP was clean, but...
What are his vitals?
Excuse me, officer.
I mean, officer. How long has there been a cop there?
I don't know, 10 minutes? He was being questioned when he fell into the coma.
Is anything else making him nervous or worried before his other symptoms?
He was claustrophobic right before the bleed and before the fever. We told him that he probably did fall asleep.
Is his BP spiking?
But that didn't cause his first symptom.
Yeah, it did. All the caffeine. We thought the problem was at his toilet. And by that, of course, I mean his head, which distracted us from the fact that it could have been just a clog in his sewer pipe. And by that, of course, I mean his spinal cord and blah, 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 blah. You get the idea.
A arachnoid cyst on his lower spine. That's why we missed it. He's been sitting 10 hours a day, spiked his spinal fluid pressure.
Run a CT.
BP 72 over 42.
Hannah? Hannah?
Heart rate 148.
Red sounds bilaterally. It's not another pneumothorax. Neck vein's flat. There's no tamponade. Damn it, I waited too long. Hannah, you've got a clot in your lungs. I'm gonna fix this. IV streptokinase.
What's happening? What's going on?
Your body won't get any oxygen unless we can bust the clot. This is a blood thinner.
Is she gonna be all right?
It'll make her bleed more. We'll take care of that next. It's not busting the clot.
Maybe it's a heart.
It's not a clot. It's a fat embolism. And the amputation.
Okay, so what can we do? Come on. Do something. Please do something. Come on, guys, do something. Come on. Please, come on, do something. Come on, do something, do something!
Scariest 30 seconds of my life. I couldn't do anything. It's like I couldn't move inside my head.
It's called abulia, the inability to make a decision or exercise will.
Is it gonna happen again?
It's part of a TIA, a transient ischemic attack. Blood was cut off to a section of your frontal lobe.
Is it like a stroke or something?
A little. What drugs have you taken recently?
No drugs.
Toxins are another possibility. You might have been exposed to something at work, for instance.
No real job right now.
Exposure can build up over time and lie dormant for a while. What was your last job?
Pet store.
Exotic pets?
Tropical fish.
And before that?
Unemployment. And before that, I sold subscriptions on the phone. And before that, unemployment. Before that, I worked at Jeans Gone Wild. Before that, unemployment. Before that, I walked dogs. And before that...
Loss of free will. I like it. Maybe we can get Thomas Aquinas in for a consult. What caused the TIA?
Arteries are clear, no sign of a clot.
Could have dissolved. Most likely came from her heart. We should do a bubble study.
Clots are unlikely in a 28-year-old not on the pill. It's probably a vasospasm caused by drugs.
I don't think so. She goes from job to job. Maybe there's some kind of ADD here. Help us pinpoint where the neurological...
She goes from job to job because she's a scam artist. She works just long enough to qualify for unemployment, then gets fired and gets high.
I still don't think it's drugs. Did you check for infection?
LP showed nothing, no fever. White blood count is normal.
Could be toxic exposure.
You're the one always saying it must be drugs.
You figure she's a minority? She must be stoned?
You know that's not what
She seems like a nice girl.
You haven't met her. She was pregnant at 15, dropped out of high school. She's a real overachiever.
Come on, cut her some slack. Her baby died of SIDS.
This isn't some romantic story about a nice girl scarred by tragedy. She's a drug-using scam artist scarred by tragedy.
On the other hand, her tox screen just came back. She's clean.
You're wasting my time. He's wasting...
What's life without the ability to make stupid choices? She needs her free will. Find out why her brain froze before she can't decide to take her next breath. You find the toxins, you run your bubble study. You won't find anything, and I'll get the office to myself. There's a lot of porn piling up on the internet. Doesn't download itself.
That isn't mine.
It was in your closet.
It belongs to this guy who used to live with me.
You might want to let him know he's got arsenic poisoning. We should get a sample of his hair so we can see the extent.
But I don't do... I don't do drugs.
Get a crash guard in here. Respiratory arrest.
Suppose it's an autoimmune disease. What's the biggest danger of total body radiation? It suppresses the immune system, which is what we're trying to do with the steroids anyway.
I don't usually put out on my first date, but I gotta say, that is a rad move. Get her consent. Start the radiation.
How do you feel?
Weak, sleeping a lot.
That's normal after radiation.
Deep breath?
A little queasy, too. When I feel sick to my stomach, I always want vanilla ice cream. It's soothing.
It's best to stick with liquids for now.
Shh. I'm getting a murmur.
Oh, my arm. It's hurting me. Take it off! Take it off! Oh! 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 Oh my God!
Pain is the issue. Just the pressure of the BP cup was enough to start her screaming.
That's not cancer. It sounds like...
Sounds like she's septic.
A lot of things can cause pain.
How much pain?
Too much.
It's not cancer. It's not autoimmune. It's an infection, and we fried her immune system.
But she had no fever. Her LP was clear.
Do an echo to confirm it's in the heart. And then I'll tell our patient that we just killed her.
I'll tell her.
Hey, how come no mask?
We think you have an infection.
Didn't the radiation work?
Did what it was supposed to do. You're dying.
What do you mean, like things are bad and then someday I'm gonna... How much time? How much time?
We can't know exactly.
A year? Less than a year?
Less than 24 hours.
I don't understand. Why are you saying this to me? You're trying to scare me? Why would you do that?
I'm sorry. It's true.
How bad is this cancer? Yesterday, you thought I had a chance.
You don't have cancer. You came in with an infection. We didn't catch it.
What kind of infection?
Doesn't matter. The radiation was the worst thing we could have done. We destroyed the part of your body that was fighting it off. It spread to your heart.
Then give me drugs. They have drugs for infections?
Antibiotics work with the immune system, but your immune system is non-existent because of the radiation.
If it's my heart, you can get me a new heart. People have heart transplants all the time.
It wouldn't help. Infections everywhere. There's nothing anybody can do.
What do you want? Want to see if I'm dying on schedule? Or do you want me to tell you it's all right? I'm okay with it.
I'd like your forgiveness, but I don't expect it.
Good. Because this isn't like you ran your cart into mine at the supermarket.
No. Your grandparents haven't arrived yet. If they don't make it on time, is there anything you'd like me to tell them?
Never really knew them.
Got any friends you want me to call?
It's the middle of the night. They're not the kind of friends you ask to help you move, never mind watch you die. I never did much. No kid to leave behind. When I go, the world's not gonna be any different. Kind of a relief for you, huh? Aren't you ever gonna leave?
Yeah. Time of death, 3:35. Do whatever you want.
If you need absolution, go to a priest or give alms to the poor. Whatever ritual comforts you.
I killed her.
Yeah, me too.
This wasn't, oh, I should have thought of that idea sooner. This wasn't messing up a dosage. We see a disease rushing down on someone like a train. We can't always get them out of the way. But this wasn't that.
No. And you'll do it again. A lot of doctors. This would be a once-in-a-lifetime mistake. But we're not a lot of doctors. We'll save more patients than the guy down the street. But a few of the ones that he'd save by doing what everyone else does, we will lose.
So you're giving me numbers?
Because they don't lie. I can't forgive you, Foreman. Because there's nothing to forgive.